Let's get to it. Let's just get right back in it, man, so we can get through this power. We got several more types of power, several more kinds of power, several more styles of pimping to go through. So we'll try to get through them. We'll crank out another 3 in this video, maybe get another 3, 4, another 3 or 4 in the next video. We'll try to get through them because I need to start this conversation about power, nigga. We got to talk about this shit. I mean, about shadows, man. Meeting the shadow. Ever since I started reading this book, nigga, thank you for putting me up on this book, bro. I appreciate that wholeheartedly, man. Thank you for putting me up on this book. This shit has went so many levels. I mean, as I told y'all, man, I'm pimping over here, nigga. I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. I hope that's what y'all doing. But, nigga, I'm pimping over here, man. And when I come across shit, like I said, certain information, it changed your life. When you know how to read, when you learn how to read, that knowledge will change your life. You can read, I don't give a fuck what language it is. You learn how to read, it'll change your life. You see what I'm saying? Hell, you learn how to speak another language. It'll change your life forever and always. You gonna know what certain words mean. You gonna know how to speak another language. I'm just saying, man. Certain shit changes your life. And we got some life-changing shit we got to talk about. Like, seriously, we got some life-changing shit we got to talk about. I have so many conversations on my day-to-day, and I don't want to share personal fucking information. However, the concept, the topic, the subject that nigga we be getting on, how deep this shit goes, this is why I got a channel. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just to get this shit on paper. Plus, I think it's pretty dope seeing the evolution of shit. I've been at this for a few years. It's pretty dope seeing how far certain paths a nigga done went down. You know what I mean? So one of my subscribers brought me back to this book, Own Aggression, by Conrad Lorenz. Own Aggression, the world-renowned bestseller on human conflict and its roots in animal behavior. Human conflict and its roots in animal behavior. So I was listening to FD Signifier. That's his name, FD Signifier, on YouTube, and he just recently did a video about some shit, and I'm like, oh nigga, that's dope. That's dope. He did a video about the manosphere and how it just ain't deep enough. And I mean, I never got in the manosphere. I had a partner of mine, and I've told this story before, but fuck it, here we go again. I had a partner of mine. He would ask me questions and shit. Matter of fact, you know, me and this nigga was so cool, and I mean, you know, every now and then I get it. I'm just saying, man. He would pull up, we smoking, drinking shit, and he would ask me questions. We talk about all kind of shit. And then my cousin turned me on to the Kevin Samuels nigga. And I'm like, oh, so I holler at my partner, and I'm like, nigga, how come you ain't never said nothing about this nigga? I know you got to know about this nigga. He's like, oh, yeah, nigga, that's why I be asking you questions and shit. There's no point of talking to me about Kevin Samuels when I'm a Kevin Samuels ass nigga. He said the only difference between you and Kevin Samuels is that nigga be in suits and shit. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea. Back in my younger days, nigga, I was so GQ, it was ridiculous, nigga. But yeah, I know about suits and ties and all of that, nigga. I had tie pins and, nigga, my shit was dope. But I grew up a church boy, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather was the pastor of a church. Mom was like the secretary of some shit. So I was in there every day. That's why a nigga can hold a note. I can't sing, but I can hold a note. You know what I mean? I like to think I can sing too. It is what it is. But the nigga was in the choir and shit. But I'm just saying, man, it was so dope watching this shit. But dude was like, again, the only difference between you and this nigga was the fact that he be in suits and shit. But y'all got the same mind frame. That's why I be asking you questions. So I'm like, nigga, that's dope. But just as fast as I kind of got into the manosphere, watched several hours of this nigga shit, I agree with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's amusing. It's entertaining. I never really considered myself to be like a part of the fucking manosphere. And even when I started doing the YouTube shit, I had so many niggas like, bruh, you should tap into this. You should get in on that. And it was like, nigga, I don't want to clickbait niggas. If niggas that are into the manosphere are into my shit, that's cool. But what I'm on and what I'm really cracking in and what I'm really trying to crack down on, it ain't no manosphere shit. I figured it out, though. It's shadow-sphere shit. Nigga, we need to start the shadow-sphere. And let's get it. Even when I YouTubed Shadowsphere, just hit it in the search bar, and there's some nigga that did like a music video, or maybe it's like a fucking what's called, but there's nothing else about the shadow sphere. So that's what we need to get cracking, man. The shadow sphere. And it don't matter if it's men, male, female, or all of them extra shits in the LGBTQIA plus community, whatever the fuck, man. I hope I did justice right there to it. But that whole thing, man, it don't matter who it is. It's the fucking shadow verse that we dealing with. We gotta get deeper. That's why I'm mentioning FD Signifier. Go check out his shit. We got to get deeper than the fucking manosphere. That shit's kind of wild, but we gonna get to it, which is why, again, I'm trying to catalog this shit, trying to get to a lot of these books and whatnot, so it'll really like expand a nigga's mind. You know what I mean? Yes, this is a lot of my take on it, i.e., life is pimping, but you can read the book and get your own. Build your own concept and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Get your own mind together. Get your own. You get what I don't even know what fucking word to put right there, but yeah, man. You can figure it out for yourself. You know what I mean? Make up your own mind as far as how you want to use your own ideals. I guess that would be the right thing, man. Get your own ideals together, man. Philosophies and shit. How you want to live your life. The code that you live by. Your code. You know what I'm saying? The dragon's code, nigga. But yo shit, all right. But let's get to it, man. Let's run a couple of these out. We didn't talk enough shit. So we just finished with resistance. No, I'm sorry, not resistance. Reputation. And I gotta say this, man. Again, reputation fucking matters. It ain't just your reputation, man. I had a conversation with my best friend, and I'm trying to tell you, nigga. I'm trying to tell you, man. It don't just be your reputation. The motherfuckers you associate with, you're attaching their reputation to your name and your whatever else. The people that you know and you deal with, their reputations matter. And, you know, guilty by association, that shit is so real. Guilty by association. So watch, if you even care about your reputation, kind of watch that shit. And that's another thing. Why I'm mentioning a lot of these power, because it's kinds of power, styles of pimping that you may or may not be aware of is actually pimping you, and is what's being pimped. It's your reputation, what you known for. You know what I'm saying? Just your reputation and shit. A lot of people you might not know that's what you really fighting over. That's what you putting up a lot of this fight. Again, why your shadow keeps coming out, or just it could be your reputation is all I'm trying to say in a nutshell, man. It could be your reputation. A lot of motherfuckers be putting on and putting up such a front and be getting all dramatic and theatrical and shit because it's their reputation, what they known for. And it's like, nigga, don't nobody know you. I said this a while back in a different one of my videos, but it was like, this is why it's good for a lot of people to just move to another state. There's 89, 80, let's say like fucking 98%. Now I don't want to be too dramatic. There's like an 80% chance when you move to another state, another city, that nobody's gonna know you. You know what I'm saying? The reason why you can't go too high is because Facebook's a motherfucker now. But you get the point though, man. I mean, if you go to a whole nother spot, it's a whole nother environment. Nobody knows you. Nobody knows your family. Nobody knows where you come from and this, that, whatever. Of course, they can hunt your shit down. Everybody's a motherfucking investigator now. We got Facebook and all this other shit. Niggas can find out about you. But you get the point, man. You can start over fresh and nobody knows that shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, I'm just saying, man, your reputation, don't let that shit really get a hold of you. But let's keep it moving, right? So we're getting ready to go with influence, resistance, and there's a lot to be said about leadership. Like, there's a lot to be said about leadership. So we'll try to get through that and then cut it off, man. We already 10 minutes in, so let's go. Influence. On the one hand, influence can flow, and again, this is for educational purposes. We're going to read some snips out of the book and this and that, you know what I'm saying, review shit and whatnot. Let's get to it. On the one hand, influence can flow into the life of others. On the other hand, influence can mean surreptitiously infiltrating into others by means of propaganda, punishment, and rewards. In both cases of this good and bad division, influence is imagined as activity. You come under influence. You can have influence in high places. I'm grateful to you having influenced my career in the right direction. All of that kind of shit gets said. You know what I mean? Another idea of influence is far less active. We can be influential simply by holding fast to a position, to principles, to a way of being that everything around must take into account. No longer is it a question of whether your influence is good or bad. Fix my fucking mic. No longer is it a question of whether the influence is good or bad. but rather a matter of influencing all events simply by your presence as things flow around, through, and by you. It's like a rock in a riverbed. The rock does not move, yet it influences the course of the river. The river must take into account, go around, go over, speed up, slow down, all that shit because of the rock. And perhaps this is the useful way to read the stubborn, defensive clinging to office of those who will not resign, even after losing battle after battle. So again, influence and whatnot. The type of influence that somebody may have once had over you is what they will not let go. That will be the power struggle in and of itself. That's what we got to understand here, because the influence is really short. But influence, understanding what is influencing you and what's not. Again, like they talked about the fucking McDonald's logo and how it's got the two humps or whatever. I say the two humps because that's how, like a symbol. It's got the two humps. So that M, you know what I mean, the kind of shape, but it's two humps. Basically, they talked about the McDonald's symbol, it being red and yellow inspire like caution and hunger, just as colors, which you could kind of see red and hunger, so like danger and shit. But the red is also the root chakra, you know what I'm saying? Yellow is, I believe, like the solar plexus chakra is like a yellow, and orange is the sacral chakra. So the yellow, the solar plexus chakra, another one of those power centers. And again, the solar plexus is like you get the point, man. I'm just saying there's a lot that goes into a motherfucking logo. So realizing the symbology and shit, how much influence it has. The main thing I wanted to say about the McDonald's logo is how it actually looks like a pair of titties. So symbolically, especially to like kids, why they always wants the McDonald's is because it's like a pair of titties. So especially any kid that's been breastfed. And back in the G, it was a lot of people that was breastfed and whatnot before we had all these powders and substitutes and whatever else for being breastfed. So back when McDonald's came up with their logo, I mean, breastfeeding and titties are huge, nigga. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Titties, nigga. There you go. So anyways, knowing what type of influence, what the symbol means, I need to sit still so I don't keep knocking shit over. But fuck it. Let's take another drink. Yeah, nigga, we got to fill that cup up. So that's the main thing about influence. It can come in many different ways, but whether you look at it like it's good or bad, you have an influence or a motherfucker have an influence on you, good or bad, we not here to talk about that shit again. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, nigga. But it's the influence. That is definitely a style of power, and everybody kind of knows that. Well, this is why this is a really short, you know what I'm saying, chapter. And again, it's also another notion of influence is like higher forces and shit. So this is where you spiritual niggas come into play and whatever else. Again, influence, knowing what the fuck is influencing you for real, for real. Again, the idea of ideas needs to be entertained more. The concept of ideas and how we get these ideas and how they come to our brain and what it's coming from needs to be entertained more. Because a lot of you niggas have split personalities, whether you want to believe it or not. You're just in control of that shit. Versus other niggas who ain't. So anyways, we'll keep it moving. But discernment allows you to be more sophisticated about the forces, hearing them metaphorically, not only literally, so that you do not become a mouthpiece of your mentor or a channel of visionary wisdom masking as genius. And what that pretty much is saying, to sum it all up again, get the book and read it for yourself. But what that sentence is pretty much saying is discernment. Whether we talking about evil spirits, ambivalent spirits, malevolent spirits, benevolent, you know what I mean? The good ones, the bad ones, the in the middle ones, who gives a fuck? If you into the spirits and this and that, then you really need discernment to know what the fuck is talking to you. And whatever else. Again, the type of influence, like these Bible thumping ass niggas. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying the ones who are so into Christianity, or like the people who are so into the Moors or the whatever else, knowing what influence they coming from. Oh, this is what's influencing most of your education, or this is what's influencing your concept of God, or this or that or whatever, or this is what's influencing. Again, you see the rule book of arguments. This is how we tie a lot of these fucking books and shit together. Rule book of arguments, knowing what influence, where the influence is coming from. You'll be able to break a lot of this shit down the more you study it the more you know what I'm saying. Again, this is why you expand your mind. The more these dots start connecting inside your, you know what I'm saying, the wires start hitting different lanes and you know, again, connected inside your brain and shit. This shit is hard. But the influence, you know what I'm saying, knowing what's influencing, or when you having a conversation, I think this is what I'm trying to get at. When you having a conversation, motherfuckers just arguing with you, how are they trying to influence you? Where are they trying to sway your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? They trying to pull you to one side or the other. What are they trying to get you to agree to or not agree to? What are they trying to get you to understand? And even if you do understand it or not, is it the influence that they want? Do motherfuckers love having that type of power over you because they know they can influence you? Oh, is it your mama? Told this one chick I was talking about reading The Science of Love. And I got that book here too, because when we get into this shadow, we got to talk about this. But reading The Science of Love, I was just like, nigga, there's nothing that you can love unconditionally outside of you. And she was like, well, my kids, what about the kids? I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. But if I was your worst enemy, that's the last thing that you would want to tell me, nigga. You love your kids unconditionally more than you. You don't love yourself unconditionally, but you love your kids unconditionally. So all I got to do is put your kids' life on the line. If my end goal was to kill you, not them kids, I could just put your kids in mortal danger. Ain't got to kill the kids, but you'll die. I just let the kids go. All I wanted was you dead, nigga. So thank you for letting me know what you exactly, you know what I mean? Again, the influence, the most influential aspect of your life is your children. Thank you for letting me know. Now I can play on your motherfucking kids. This is how they get you and shit. All the other type of Illuminati shit and just whatever else. Again, this is pimping, bitch. We know what's pimping. We know where the influence comes from. All right? We don't spend too much time. Let's keep it rolling. Resistance. Now this again, this ain't nothing. This is not a big one because leadership has got several pages. But resistance is huge because this is where a lot of you niggas find the most power, the power to resist. And what I like the most about this is it comes at it from a universal aspect. I'm not going to read a whole lot out of this chapter. I'm just going to sum it up for you like this. The idea of influence that we just sketched flows easily into another kind of power, the power to resist. Without resistance, subordination makes no sense. There is nothing there to put down. Willpower must bump into something, must push something or someone around. The simplest idea of power supposes that for work to be done, there must be something that resists. Overcoming resistance and lowering resistance are important notions, okay, that make power possible. Overcoming resistance and lowering resistance are important notions that seem to make power possible. Even when you lift weights, this is why lifting weights, the type of shit is universal, as they say there are universal laws here, nigga. You got to put your mind to it. Them weights ain't going to lift themselves, nigga, and this is heavy. You know you're going to put some strain, some struggle, but enough power to overcome the 40, 50, 60 pounds of resistance. You know how they say no pain, no gain? This is why I say life is pimping, period. Resistance. Why is you resisting your whole ass nature? Why you resisting that shit? Nigga, you got to learn from somebody. Somebody got to train you. So shut your bitch ass up. Take your bitch ass to college, young nigga. Go do it. Who cares about your reputation as a real nigga? There are real niggas in college. I'm telling you, there are drug dealers. You can make even more money in college. Let me put you up on game, bro. It's something I learned when I went to college, nigga. There was 13,000 niggas on my yard. The college I went to, K-State, bitch. 13,000 niggas on the yard. Every day, there are 2,000 niggas looking for a quarterback. 2,000 niggas. Of course, they go different directions, different sources, but there's any given day, every day, there's a given 2,000 niggas looking for a quarter sack. There's a given 3,000 niggas looking for a dime. Now you tell me, a dime bag of weed times 3,000. What's 10 times 3,000? $30,000 a day, nigga. Take your hustling ass to college and sell some weed. Fuck doing that shit on the streets. It's one campus, nigga. 3 miles or whatever. Of course, you know, watch yourself. I will say this, you know what I mean, I got into all kind of shit when I was at K-State. But be aware, That's all I'm saying, niggas. That's some niggas stomping ground, nigga. You ain't the only one. But I mean, y'all see movies like Power, these TV shows like Power. This is what niggas be doing, trapping on the yard. They just don't tell you how lucrative it is, nigga. How lucrative it is. And of course, you know, the bigger the sack, the smaller the numbers go. But if there's 2,000 niggas that want a quarter sack, then there's enough niggas. Let's say there's 1,000. Let's just half that. 1,000 niggas want a half ounce. 500 niggas is looking for a whole zip or better. Come on, bruh. But I'm just saying, take your monkey ass to college. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're going to be happy you got that degree. You're going to be happy you got that knowledge. You're going to be happy you got that job, nigga. I tell niggas all the time, my family don't work here. My friends don't work here. And if they did, they would understand why I'm a whole new nigga when I go to work. I'm a whole new nigga. I put on a whole new face. Niggas might know James, but niggas don't know Trey. A nigga calls me Trey because he knows it's a name. I do got a nigga that knows Trey, but he don't know Trey. He just knows that's my name. And he'd rather call me Trey than call me Child. That's cool, nigga. But I ain't in that bitch like I'm OZ or Ozzy. I got many names, nigga. OZ don't walk around the motherfucking workplace. Nah, y'all wouldn't be able to handle that. Shit. Especially y'all, you know, man, as much as I be smacking that Christian shit around and whatnot, man, now I have to remind myself in some of these conversations. They be like, brother, if all black people got together, and man, if we did and I be like, you know how they say all skin folk ain't kin folk? That's the problem with black people, because y'all think just because niggas is brown, they all black people. No. There's a difference between African Americans, there's a difference between niggas, and there's a difference between black people. If you ask me, I like a trinity. That's just me, nigga. I'm the third. I like the trinity. But there's niggas, there's black people, then there's African Americans. Y'all got the game fucked up. No. But yeah, if all black people, sure. If all black people got together and they did that damn thing, then where would all niggas be? If all niggas got together and whatever, you know what I'm saying, then where would the black people be? Not everybody wants to be wild. Not everybody wants to be a nigga. Hold on, let me throw this drink together, man. Little orange pineapple. Not everybody wants to be a nigga, man. Not everybody wants to do all that loud, wild shit, loud and crazy shit. Not everybody wants to be outspoken and brazen. Not everybody don't mind being uncouth at times. I love being a nigga. It's fun as hell. I'm just saying, you know, smart nigga, corporate nigga, business nigga. But I'm a nigga. I take it. Yeah, nigga, if I take one more drink, I'm gonna end up fucking you. If that's what you wanna do, shout it. Woo! Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Like I said, bitch, I was in church. Nigga, I think I could sing a little something. If I choose to. I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm drunk. I've been drinking. But you get it, man. The power to resist. Let's get back on track. Resistance, man. That shit is huge to a lot of you niggas. Because that's where a lot of y'all people have the most power, to resist. For you to be you and stay the same, which is how dope this one chapter is, nigga. I'm glad y'all stayed 25 minutes in. Damn near 25 minutes in. But, let's check this out. I'll just read it to you. Resistance seems to be built into the universe as part of its wiring. Each and everything seems to want to remain where it is and exactly how it is, for that is what it is. For you to be you, you got to resist. Like right now, this book is not melting into my hand. It's resisting the forces. My hand is not melting into this book. It's resisting the forces. It's still me, nigga. This hoodie, you know what I'm saying? Cards, nigga. Veal whore. This hoodie ain't melting into my skin. It's resisting my forces, and it's staying and remaining a hoodie. You see what I'm saying? This is where they be talking about like the God spark be in everything. Consciousness is lightweight in everything, because for it to remain itself, it has to know what it is and hold on and maintain what is. At the finest level, these motherfucking polyester fibers are not cotton fibers, and they know that, nigga, and they stay and remain what the fuck they are, nigga. The nylon does not blend with the polyester. It knows what it is. In a sense, it has a consciousness. So everything in the universe is what it is because that's what makes it what it is. That's how it resists. It is what it is. The fucking periodic table of pimping. The periodic table of pimping, nigga. And we talking about the real periodic table. Because life is pimping. So the table of the elements, you feel me? But the periodic table of pimping, Brody. Each one of the motherfucking elements is off by like an electron or a proton or a neutron. You know what I'm saying? The difference between hydrogen and nitrogen is this. Hydrogen has X amount of protons, and the next is argon, and the next is whatever, and the next is whatever. Potassium has this. The difference between iron and gold, lead and gold, ain't that what it is? Trying to change the turn lead into gold is only one fucking whatever. You see what I mean? So whereas you have a gray material or whatever here, all lead, it would be gold if you just changed one neutron or one fucking atom, one part of the atom, it would turn into gold. That's alchemy. You see what I mean? So it'd be one little. That's what we talking about when we get into resistance. A lot of you niggas have the power to resist. Again, the motherfucking shadow verse. I can keep pulling the book up, but the fucking shadow verse. If you ain't got no power, if you have absolutely no power, niggas that feel like they have absolutely no power, they know you have the power to say no. Or at least that's when you know a lot of niggas turn into bitch ass niggas because they give up the power to resist. You don't have to act like a bitch. You ain't got to do that. You don't have to. You ain't got to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying? You know there's hoe shit in you. Yes, we all got it, but that don't mean you got to be on some hoe shit all the time. The power to resist. You can resist acting like a bitch. You can resist that. Okay? Reputation may cause for you to be a snitch. You can resist. You don't have to snitch all the time. You can resist. It's actually what they don't like. Like, again, I don't mind being a nigga. You can resist. At the job, it's like you don't have to. It's insubordination and da-da-da, and you get fired. Nigga, I was looking for a job when I found this one. I will find another one. If you're a nigga with a solid work history, what do you care? And now with temp services, nigga, they have you somewhere working Monday. You ain't even gonna go that long without a job. So you have the power to resist. What the fuck? But that's what gets a lot of niggas in trouble because they got the power to resist. Again, like I did in my video. Go back and watch my video. You so real, you don't know how to be fake. You got so much power of resistance, you don't know how to be fake. So that's the motherfucking power, man. Eventually, managing anything means dealing with its inherent resistance. And we employ whatever means of power we can. Influence, tyranny, persuasion, fear, control. The manager has to work against the resistance of the staff and the problems won't go away. The sales force that sticks to its forms and finally buyer's resistance to the product itself, to say nothing of his own inertia. There's resistance all down the line. Something in every system wants to remain the same. When we defend our own turf, become stubborn as mules rather than comply with new regulations or adapt. You niggas ain't flexible. When we defend our own turf, something larger is going on in the pattern as a whole than merely our personal obstinacy, our personal willpower. It's the power to resist. The easy accommodation to the rules may look to be a smoother course for the system as a whole, but actuality, it's resistance, right? In any system, whether a corporation, a family, or the inner arrangements of the human psyche, a vigorous no to the good of the whole may serve the good of the whole and increase its power even more than a compliant yes. See what I'm saying? You don't have to always be a bitch ass nigga. You don't always have to go along. Life is pimping. Be your own pimp and stop letting all these other motherfuckers hold you out like they doing. This is why I be on nigga, learn your natal chart. Ain't nobody got to believe that shit but you. But as long as you know the name of the game, cool. I don't give a fuck what no nigga say. When it comes to a lot of my friends and family, you dealing with me. So I understand if you're talking to somebody else and whatever, but you dealing with me. I'm a motherfucking wizard, dog. A wizard, nigga. I've talked to too many people and done my own research too many times throughout this year. First thing out my mouth, find out that nigga's birthday. I don't care if it's a boss at work, a co-worker, a nigga you just met, some type of relationship. Get that nigga's birthday so we can go to the shadow. I'm going to know more about you than you may know about you. And that's what I want to know. so I can deal with the real you, not the reputation, not the ego. I would rather deal with the real nigga, the hoe. The you ain't trying to share. This is why I say like sun signs. A lot of niggas can tell you they sun sign, but they won't tell you the moon sign. Like the moon ain't up there just as much as the sun is up there. Both these niggas is up there. Period. If the sun got your daytime, the sun got your 12, the moon got your 6. The sun got the 12. The moon got your, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, the sun got your front, the moon got your back. But they can tell you they sun sign, can't tell you they moon sign. Nigga, I'm a Taurus, but my moon sign is Leo. Oh, shit. Then you got Aries and some Gemini, a lot of shit mixed in there. But I'm just saying, you know, not a whole lot of shit. I only got like one fucking water sign. That's Scorpio, and Saturn in Scorpio. That's it. It's the only water you're going to find in my fucking chart, nigga. Outside of that, fuck your thoughts and your feelings, nigga. You don't know me. I ain't got a whole lot of air. Which means I ain't got to think too much. I'm a man of action. I got some earth in there. So I'm well grounded. I mean it. It's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. Then it's going to make dollars. But you got to know who you're dealing with. That's all. Leadership. Let's wrap this shit up. Description of leadership take metaphors and models from animals. The best known of these is the alpha animal. This alpha animal model relies on a domination notion of power. It neglects the fact that there are a dozen ways of leading, illustrated by female animals. The young moose cow dances to gain the bull's attention to entry into his group. The female crocodile selects her mate by refusing the advances of all others. Lionesses hunt together and make the kill. Cows can lead the herd to a summer pasture on alpine slopes. So to begin, let's free the idea of leadership from images of the biggest, the bravest, and the brawniest, right? As we see leadership as being in harmony with and following the innate will of the group rather than trying to dominate the group. It's another type. We believe we are seeing facts, but the arrangement of the facts reveals ideas, and the facts and ideas are together taken. Like I said, the idea of ideas needs to be entertained more. Okay? All right? So the leader cannot help but come forward and cannot help being pushed. Excuse me. You know what? I'm not getting ready to do all this motherfucking reading. We've already done a lot of discussion about leadership. I did a video. Go check my video, Strength-Based Pimping. And it's Strength-Based Pimping. Follow that shit. But it's called Leadership. The book is Strength-Based Leadership. Why people follow. Great teams, great leaders, great teams, and why people follow. But that was the main thing. Why people follow. When we talk about leadership, this is really good. The main thing I like about this is that it does break down leadership as far as power. You may have authority, yet not be a leader. Okay? The hidden leader is not in charge, even though his or her authority tilts the discussion throughout in a distinct direction. This is back to like that influence. See, I'm a rock at my job. I'm a motherfucking rock. A lot of shit on the night shift either goes through me or it has to go around me, by me, but nigga, I'm the rock in the middle that you gotta get past. When it comes to dealing with my shift, whether it's my line, the other nigga's line, it's my shit, nigga. I run this shit. It's got to go through me. Period. I will shake niggas up all the way around the entire motherfucking plant. Period. Even maintenance, nigga. It's not my department. The warehouse, nigga. It's not my department. But I will shake that shit up. A lot of shit goes through me. They call me. Okay? Leadership. You either got it or you don't. But when they need a nigga to make decisions, they call the leader. All right? Let's not forget that leaders are the embodiment of ideas. Okay? What ultimately gives one the power of leadership is a capacity to embody visionary ideas, to be unafraid of ideals. It is precisely here that the idea of leadership transcends its animal base in reflex action and affirms a second spiritual base in the psyche, the mind's need to idealize, to imagine the far off and the wonderful, and let itself be captivated by vision. Idealism is itself an immense power, mobilizing whole peoples, whole continents, and when presented in a living figure, leadership becomes the instrument of history, the embodiment of ideas. You see what I'm saying? Niggas become the leaders in their field because they embody these ideas. Again, the fucking manosphere. The niggas that got the most followers and this and that and whatever else is the ideas, the concepts. Because a lot of they spit so much of this and so much of that, and we feel like they truly embody that shit. But you see a nigga like Kevin Samuels and the High Value Man. Nigga, I got a fish tank behind me. This ain't no expensive shit. I am not surrounded by expensive shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an extra regular ass nigga in an extra regular ass environment. You know what I'm saying? Extra regular, you know what I'm saying? Extraordinary. I like to think that. But you get my point though, man. You feel me? By seeing all of this and seeing all of that and the way Kevin Samuels moves and a lot of these other niggas, they embody that alpha male shit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, I got cuss. I ain't no big nigga. You don't see me in here trying to be a fitness influencer. But that's what makes them influencers. Back to that whole influence shit. And leaders in their field or leaders in their category or whatever the fuck they're influencing you on. You see what I'm saying? Because they embody them ideas. Oh, this nigga really does work out. Oh, this nigga does take this and that. This nigga really does hustle. This nigga really is a gangster. This nigga really is this or that. They embody them ideas. You see what I'm saying? Oh, the nigga really did. This nigga did 8 years. Fed time. This nigga did 2 years county, 2 years county, 2 years state, then another. So he ain't did a whole 8 fed time. You see what I'm saying? It's a difference or whatever. You know what I mean? Different locks up, different facilities, different type of, you feel me? Like in the Fed, I'm just saying, man, one nigga was telling me, you know, they keep guns or whatever you are. They don't give a fuck how big you get. They'll give you the weights and this and that because they just gonna shoot you, nigga. They don't give a fuck. You get big, hit the weights, do whatever you do, nigga. It's Fed time. They gonna shoot you, nigga. But in state and some counties and you know what I'm saying, this is why they don't have weights. This is where niggas do all the push-ups and this whatever else. You know what I'm talking about? They ain't got weights on the yard. That's only in certain prisons. That's a prison, nigga. That's not a jail. In prison, you can hit the weights and they got benches and they got, you know what I mean, basketball goals and this and that. But no, nigga, ain't no yard. Anyways, let me shut up. But again, embodying them ideas, that's how you know. But that's the point, man. That's leadership. That's one I want to throw out there. So basically, leaders are born and not made. Okay? All right? So, boom. There you go. All right. We're going to leave it at that. It's been, you know what I'm saying, 40 minutes in. Like, share, subscribe. Don't do none of that shit. Comment for your boy, man, and I'll get back at you. You know what I'm saying? I usually respond to every fucking comment. If it's a good one, we'll talk. I throw something out there, give you a little bit deeper into my mind frame of how I think about certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And I will say this, man, you know, in the comments, I'm not trying to knock nobody. I'm just telling you where I come from and how my mind thinks when y'all say certain shit, all right? Thank you. That was it for this one. Next up is concentration, the power of concentration, the power of authority, and then after that is persuasion. Those are the next three. Concentration, authority, and persuasion. Holla at your boy. Yeah, nigga.